Hello, welcome in. Get out the cold. Remember, shoes off at the front door. Get some snacks and come take a seat and join us here in the Music Shack with both
Ray, hi.
and Jack. Hi, we're back for another episode, and it's it's a very special one. It's the Grammys time.
We delayed this episode by a week because of Taylor Swift related things we wanted to get out sooner. So this week we're doing the Grammys video where we're going to talk about, or the Grammys episode where we're going to talk about the winners. We're going to go back to the episode where we did our prediction and we're going to see what we got right. We're going to talk about our favorite performances, all of the moments of the night, people's reactions, everything and anything. We got it.
Can I just quickly jump in and say that the response to the predictions video was really insightful. I think we got a lot of good reactions to our predictions, as well as a really good couple of comments talking in detail about why they think someone else deserves it, and it was such a good conversation to have, and some of the picks were really good. I didn't get back to all of them before the Grammys happened, but now after the Grammys happened, I feel bad that not everybody got their choices, but a lot of them picked really well. So thanks for your feedback on that, and it was really good to see.
It was so good to have that video and have that discussion. I think it's nice to see feedback and to see that people have differing opinions. Like we said in the video last time, this Grammys is it's so hard to know a lot of the times, but I think we actually did a pretty good job with our predictions, and thanks to everyone who also joined the Discord. We had some really nice chatter during the show, so it was good to see. So thank you if you joined, and if you don't want to miss out next time, the link's in the description.
Join us and watch it with us, and watch us freak out whenever something happens, or or someone gets an award that we were so completely shocked about. But yeah, it was a really fun time, genuinely.
So what did you think about the night overall?
I'm not someone who super really loves the Grammys. I think there's a lot of things that they do just to fill up ad time and get as much they really space it out a lot, and I think sometimes they could get it done in a certain amount of time when they just take forever doing it. But I think it's a really good time to focus on up and coming artists, new artists, artists who have been around in the game forever, and just to continuously shine light on these people that are creating art in really cool ways. The performances and everything we got were really cool. The fashion that came from the Grammys this year was there was so many incredible outfits, and just the vibes were immaculate. I don't know, there was obviously a couple of moments that we'll probably go over, and it was just it seemed fun, but as every year there is always a lot of upsets and a lot of chaos, a little bit of chaos with some speeches and some things like that. So yeah, no, it was fun,
as we can see this year as well.
In other words, it was just the Grammys. I can't sum it up any more than literally it was just the Grammys. But did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I thought it was so good, and I mean, yeah, like you said, it is just the Grammys, so it's it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and they're gonna make some poor choices in terms of winners. Always, they never get everything right, but we actually did a pretty good job with our predictions. And in terms of outfits, I just have something to say. I think Olivia's outfit was my favorite of the night, but it was safe. I think it was the kind of gown that she usually wears. It was very safe, but it just suits her so well. It was styled so well. Her hair looks so good. She was just stunning overall. That was probably my favorite outfit of the night. In terms of Taylor's outfit, which I'm going to specifically mention because I look at it the most, I hated her hair. It was weird. Really? I loved the dress and I loved the gloves, and I think the idea was really good. And there's actually a drawing that I saw on Instagram of what the designer had, and in that design, the drawing, the person has statement earrings in it and is not wearing a necklace. And I'm like, thank you. Like, the fashion designer said you should not wear a necklace with this design with this dress, or you should wear like a very simple necklace and have statement earrings, because the neckline is so prominent that to have like 7 necklaces like Taylor had was kind of weird. Like, it just didn't look good. Like, I think the gloves and the dress looked good. And then the hair, like the way she had like pinned it to the side, it just looked a little bit messy. I honestly think she should have done statement earrings and like a very like nice updo with a simple necklace, and then the rest of the dress. It would have looked way better with compared to what she had. But I think, it's okay. It still looked really good on her, and she slayed. But that's all. I'm sorry. I just had to go on a little rant.
No, I get what you mean. I think with the necklace choice, I think they just, the clock I get, but I feel like, was it only worn just to tie in the whole Midnight's theme? Is that like what is there? Because it doesn't really, I don't think it does kind of go, because it goes with it ties in with the black gloves, like the black and white theme. But I don't know, I think that's the only reason they had it in. But I get what you're saying about, like, to have like a full like sort of like huge set of like chains and necklaces and like different parts of it. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have them all at different levels, like, you can't have it too low, especially for a dress like that. But she had like, I think she had like 3 just at her neck, like I think 1 a little lower, and then it was 2 like really low, and it was like those ones are too low. I think if you're gonna do something, like, you can't have it too low. But
it didn't work. Yeah, but yeah, the fashion is good. We should get into our prediction. So we're going to talk through, obviously, the night. We're going to talk through the awards that we made predictions for, who won those. Most of the awards we made prediction shows for were in the main show, so we'll talk about speeches and stuff. And then if there are any moments we missed after we go through that, then we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about our favorite performances after that. So let's start with the awards. So, best pop vocal album. This was actually the award that Taylor won. That was that was her 13th Grammy, and she announced the new album, which we had a video about last week. So, go check that out if you haven't seen it already after you watch this one. So Taylor, Midnight's won. Both me and Jack predicted that Midnight's would win best pop vocal album, and we slayed. We got it right.
God, you should have heard where you should have seen the chat whenever like we got like a prediction right, or even just like when Taylor won this, because it was like such an important one. Like, it was our 13th.
Oh my God, we were
I feel like that's like very Taylorish,
out.
but we're freaking out. This was like the first one we'd pretty much seen of the night, and it was like such a good start to it. But yeah, I'm not that I'm surprised that we got any right, but like, I'm just glad whenever we got the one right, because I was like, oh, at least we're like doing something okay.
At least we didn't like flop so hard that like we just didn't get anything right. But no, I think, like I said this in the video, I think that Midnight's was a good choice for this. I think Guts was also, I think in this category, Guts was the most robbed. It's really upsetting to me that Olivia went home with no awards when, like, I know I didn't predict her winning anything, but also Guts is such an incredible album as a piece of work and totally deserved a Grammy. So it is sad that she didn't win anything.
I honestly thought if anybody was to win something out of something that we hadn't predicted, it was going to be Olivia. So I do feel bad, and she sat the whole night, and like, people are like, obviously there's like so many clips of her, and people are like, really, she really doesn't want to be here. She's like, and all the fans on Stan Twitter will be like, oh, she's like getting this, like, robbed every single time like an award's been announced, and you can just tell how more and more she doesn't want to be there. And it's like, I doubt that, like, we don't know the energy in the room, but like at the same time, like, it genuinely must be hard as an artist to sit there.
Oh yeah, and not
like,
win anything.
Yeah, and be like,
for sure,
know that you have an album that is like genuinely like very well like acclaimed and like done really well, and
good,
is like very good, to not like win anything, which is sad. But I just hope that like whenever she releases our next project, if it is as good as and or better than Guts, that it does get the love it deserves. But there's a lot of people at the Grammys that deserved an award and didn't get it, and this is what we're saying about the Grammys being Grammys. Like, it really sometimes is hard to just understand where they're going with this.
But I think you also have to like remember that like exactly the Grammys are going to be the Grammys, but also like you have to remember that this year especially the competition like was very like there was a lot of competition, like in terms of best pop vocal album. Like we have like Taylor Swift's Midnights, and we have Guts. We also have Miley Cyrus Endless Summer Vacation. We had, you know, Kelly Clarkson and Ed Sheeran. Like those are all incredible albums, and like it's really tough for them to choose. And obviously they chose Taylor, but it's also like not winning doesn't make your album bad. It doesn't make any of that true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to get into this, but like in the future, but like there was a ton of albums and a ton of music released in the last year that all deserved to win, right? They all deserved to win.
Yeah.
To win an award. They were so good. Like, but I think it's important to remember that like they have to choose one. Like if Guts won, people would be saying that Midnight's was robbed, right? Like, so it's you win some, you lose some. They have to choose one. And I'm not defending the Grammys because, like I said, they do make mistakes, and I think that Guts really deserved this, and Midnight's did too. So it was just more of a tough decision, but it's okay.
No, you're definitely right. She'll get her time. Everybody will get their time.
Yeah.
It's just hard, but you're never going to be happy because again, there is like all it takes is one to win in a category that's so incredibly stacked, and that's literally what's happened here. Like anybody could have won in this category, but somebody has to win, so obviously it's like your odds are outnumbered anyway, so it really is just hard.
Yeah. Okay, so the next award is Best Pop Duo and Group Performance that we predicted. I predicted Miley Cyrus featuring Brand Carlisle, 1,000 Miles, and Jack predicted SZA featuring Phoebe Bridgers, Ghost in the Machine, and SZA featuring Phoebe Bridgers won, which I personally think was probably the clear favorite in all of these. So, honestly, so well deserving for Phoebe and SZA to win it. Like, absolutely incredible.
Like this wasn't on the main show. This was beforehand.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
So we didn't. I've not actually seen the acceptance speech for this, so I'll need to have a look. But I feel really bad because this is the one that I kicked you off of, but this is when we were trying to be like indifferent on like our choices.
We were trying to be like, we can't choose the same thing. Yeah. I'm going to choose something else. But I think that like, I mean, I thought Miley and Brandy had a good chance at it, but I definitely thought that SZA and Phoebe were the clear front runner. So I was like, you know, making our odds more favorable, like spreading it around a bit. But yeah, I think that there's not much to talk about here. I think Jack Slade, he won.
Yay, I'm winning, guys. Let's go.
I don't know if it's a contest, but
I don't know. We'll see who wins it then, because then it might be. I think you win, so maybe it's not a contest. Then I don't want to lose. Just kidding. But no, yeah, it's a beautiful like collaboration. So yeah, it'd be hard for this one not to win. So I'm glad that was the winner.
We had Best Pop Solo Performance next, which was also in the main show. I picked Taylor Swift Anti-Hero, and Jack chose What Was I Made For, Billie Eilish. And the winner was neither of those. It was Miley Cyrus Flowers, which was Miley's very first Grammy win. And honestly, like I said, like this was a freaking stacked category. Like Billie, Doja, Miley, Olivia, Taylor, like all incredible women. Like
yeah.
And all like incredibly good songs. So Miley to win over all of them. I think Flowers had such a big impact. It's such a good song. I think totally deserves it.
This was the one in the Discord that when we were reacting to it, we were all kind of I think because we all had like a different idea of who was going to win, and I just think none of us picked Miley, but not for any reason other than literally,
No,
again,
yeah.
just stacked. And when it was announced, we were all like so taken away, but we were also like, yes, like let's go because this is obviously like her first, and it was like so fun.
It was so
Um,
exciting for her.
yeah, and it was it was like just nice for her to win it, but
Okay, so I have like her speech was so good too. Like she was
yeah,
just like so humble and great, but and like hilarious too. But
yeah,
I was okay. I know I predicted Midnight's for best pop vocal album, but now that I think about it, like in hindsight, I was honestly like so much expecting that Anti-Hero would win this award, and I was like not very confident that Anti-Hero would win best pop vocal album. But I wouldn't have been shocked. Like I think if I had to choose the winners, like not based on my personal opinions or my personal preferences, just based off like critical acclaim, just like the Grammys does it. Um, I think I would probably have chosen Guts for best pop vocal album and Antihero for best pop solo performance.
right, okay.
But I still think that Miley 100% deserved this, and she got another award later in the evening. So
It goes to show that you can like genuinely take forever to find your voice and find your like
yeah,
area to like what works for you the best, and like we've seen Miley so much throughout the years like really struggle to find like a concrete place for her to like feel
it.
thing in, but she's like grown so much through the years, but she's changed genres and changed styles so much, but she
I
seems
think
really like
she's
at peace and stuff where she is now.
I think she's just genuinely happy and making the music that she loves to make, and
Yeah,
that's what's created the most success for her, which says a lot and is really really great, and she 100% deserves it.
she just I don't like her energy up on like the stage was like infectious. Like I've not seen Miley in forever, like ever just genuinely look like so like happy with what she's created and like
Mm-hmm.
feels so like in love of like what like she's produced and like is doing at the minute. So it honestly genuinely like really deserved, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I'm gonna
100%.
skip a little bit to record of the year just because Miley also won record of the year with For Flowers, which I think, especially after the winning the um pop one pop solo performance, I'm like pretty like I wasn't as shocked for this,
Mm-hmm.
but I chose Antihero, Jack chose Not Strong Enough, and Miley ended up winning, so neither of us got that either. Um, but I do think for this, like, it's absolutely incredible for Miley to win both of these awards. It's such a big accomplishment, and I during her speech it was so funny when she was like, I'm not wearing underwear." It was
Yeah.
so funny. I literally cried.
Sometimes I think when you get on that stage, like even if you have
Oh,
a thing planned out, like you genuinely must just be like, oh my
you
god,
must.
there is so many
It
people
must be,
watching.
especially if you're not expecting to win. Like it must be such a big shock.
Yeah, because I fully went into this thinking, because someone had told me forever ago that Grammys is the ones, at least for certain awards, where they tell you in advance. But I don't know what one that is
I
now, because the
mm,
VMAs doesn't do
mm,
it either, so I don't know if it's like, it's
I
not the
feel like the
Brits, but I don't
VMAs
know.
does do it, but
Do you think so?
I think the VMAs does it. I don't know. They don't tell you in advance for the Grammys for sure. I don't think. I mean, obviously, all these people showing up is like mostly networking as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they don't think they're gonna win, like you get to see people that you would probably never otherwise see in the industry. But yeah, it's interesting. I I think like I Miley totally deserved this award. So good on her for winning her first two Grammys in the night and two huge awards to win too.
Yeah, just excited to see what's to come.
Mhm. Okay, let's move on to the next award that we did a prediction for, which was Best New Artist, which I have some things to say about. Um,
Oh, let's go. I want to hear them all.
so Jack picked Gracie, and I picked Victoria Monet, and Victoria Monet won. So yay
Let's
me!
go. Yay, let's go. That's so good.
But the thing that I wanted to talk about, there's two things I wanted to talk about with this. Was first of all how they cut off Victoria's speech when she
Yeah.
was talking about independent artists, how she was talking like I know she like went over the time, but her speech was absolutely incredible. Um, you know, everything that like she has done as an artist is so good. And I think it's just upsetting that you can win such a huge award like Best New Artist, and the Grammys gives them 1 minute to talk after their speech, and then maybe you want to say a little bit more, but you can't because you only have a minute, and then you get cut off, and then they show an hour of ads in a 3-hour show. Like, come on. Like, just cut off some of your ads. Like, I get it, but like, in my opinion, the show's already a little bit too long. Like, by the end, you're like, when is this gonna end now? Like, come on, let's get to it. Um, but like, the worst part is how many ads there are. Like, they do one performance and then there's another ad break. It's like, okay. And then they cut off artists' time when this is like the biggest moment of their life. It's so fucked up.
And then they do like I'm pretty sure before the last two awards they done like 4 performances, and then that's like an ad every performance as well. So it's like there's so much wasted time, and it's like give artists a bit more time to speak. But I've got the TikTok up here, and I'll put it up on the screen that was recorded. But this is someone recording during Victoria Monet's speech, and I only seen this yesterday, and I was so shocked because obviously we knew it was getting cut short, but we didn't know how bad. So they have a TV like on front of the artist, like behind, like just on front of the camera, so you can't see it in the cameras, and it kind of gives them like an idea of like time wise and stuff, like how they're doing on time and stuff. But because Victoria Monet went over, so the first like thing they had on the screen was please stop, and then she speaks for like another 10 seconds or something, and then it says wrap it up, and then it continues flashing wrap it up. And it's like, I get it, right? And it's not as like, but it comes off as really aggressive. Like,
yeah, it's just.
It's so.
Here's the thing. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of the word. Will you say this?
It is like, it's a little bit like you just had the biggest moment of your life and you want to like make sure that you thank everybody and whatever. And obviously, like, if you give every artist like 5 minutes, it's going to be like, okay, like, stop talking now. But like, to cut someone off is just, it's awful. And I get it from a TV blocking perspective.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, you can't have the show run 30 minutes over because every artist wants to make an essay speech. But you can, like, they need to be flexible in these situations and not, like, you know, just rude about it and weird. And have less ads.
Yeah, no, yes, you're right. Like, queue in like 5 minutes or something at the end, or like throughout it to like be able to save some time if they need to. But like, for a category like Best New Artist, there is such a high possibility that this artist hasn't been anywhere like speaking in front of like an audience like this before, and like so many eyes on them. So they're gonna like the possibility of them getting flustered or like fully just like not being able to like get out what they want to get out, and you don't want them. And then they'll obviously extend their speech in that case because they're not going to like walk off having said like nothing. And it's such an important like inspiring category as well. And dystopian is what I was trying to say. It feels really dystopian. I don't know why. It's just like the whole like, I don't know. I just don't agree with it. But I get the blocking. I get that you have to run ads on time, and I get you have to like, TV's really strict with like how you run things, and that's okay. But it's also like then free up your programming by like a little bit more time to like understand that these artists are human, and they're not going to be like machines that are going to be like, okay, so I want to say thanks to this person, this is, because they don't have them written down on like a script or like a like nobody takes notes out with them because like
Nobody takes notes. Yeah,
yeah, like I don't know,
it's
it's just I don't know.
it's crazy, and I feel so bad, and I I I I get it, but I also don't, because they have so many performances and they have so many ads. It's like they really need to make the show shorter. Anyway, back to the point. Victoria Monet won Best New Artist. I was right. I saw a lot of discourse on Twitter about this, mostly because, like, you know, the people that I follow on Twitter are like big fans of Maisie, big fans of folk music, big fans of Noah Khan, and also some are also big fans of Gracie Abrams. And so they were like, we don't know who Victoria Monet is. How can this no one be our favorite artist? And I'm like, okay, like, I just hate people who say stuff like that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because somebody who is a fan of Victoria Monet probably thinks the same thing about Gracie Abrams or Noah Khan. They probably think, who the fuck are these people? Because they don't listen to that genre of music the same way that you don't listen to the genre of music Victoria Monet is in, right? So you wouldn't know her. But Victoria was nominated for 7 awards last night. She was the second most nominated person after SZA. She was nominated the same amount of times as Phoebe Bridgers, I believe. But it is absolutely insane to say she didn't deserve this award. I think that she was the most deserving out of this entire list of people, based on what the Grammys are, which is not popularity. It is the critical acclaim of your work, and that's literally it. And Victoria has done so much with her work, and her work is incredible, and she is such a well-rounded artist. She deserved this award. I love Noah. I am a bigger fan of Noah than I am of Victoria. Victoria has come to venues near me, and I haven't gone and seen her, and I have gone and seen Noah because I'm a bigger fan of Noah's. But just because you're a fan of someone does not mean that that person always deserves to win.
Yeah.
I get rooting for your favorite artist, but also recognizing that at the end of the day, there is plenty of artists that you don't know exist that are incredible and also deserve the award. So it just upsets me when people are like, oh my god, like, scammies. Oh my god, I can't believe Noah didn't win. Oh my god, like, the Grammys suck. They never choose the rightful winner. I don't even know this person. It's like, you can be upset that Noah lost without bringing down another artist. And that's just that.
And that's what it comes down to as well, though. Like, how do you think? Like, I'd seen a tweet by, I don't know who it was. It was like some, I can't remember what fandom either, so I'm not gonna like throw hands and say something. But it was a tweet that was like, who the f is Jelly Roll anyway, or something, and Jelly Roll had liked that tweet, and it's like, that's fine. It's whatever. I feel like
It's a joke. Yeah.
that's different. Like, but like, you don't realize how accessible these artists are. So if the second Victoria Monet comes off stage and like looks at Twitter and all they see is, who the fuck is Victoria Monet? Like, why is Victoria Monet winning? Like, scammies. Like, how rubbish must that feel? Like, I know as an artist you have to be so like confident in your work, but I feel like creatives, especially musicians, are like some of the like hardest on themselves than like anybody else. So like, you open up something that you might feel so proud of, but at the same time there's always that voice in the back of your head, like, it could have been better, like, it's not good enough, like, there's so much that could be done to improve this. And then you win this award, and then you look at Twitter and you're like, maybe like I don't deserve this, when it should be like the most exciting like time of your life, like, at this point. And I think we just need to realize that artists are people, and they're so much more accessible than we realize sometimes. Like, we know with Maisie and stuff, like, Maisie sees so much, and like, she's not the only one. Like, I don't know.
No, and I just think, like, yeah, and I think it's just like, it's also like, these are people in Noah's fan base, for example, and Gracie's fan base, and like, it's not just Victoria seeing that, because the reality is that Victoria is probably gonna see more people who are happier for her, because
Yeah,
those are the people that she interacts with. But for Noah to come online and everyone be like, oh my god, like I can't believe this random girl won, when like he was probably talking to her all night and like definitely knows who she is. And like I don't think Noah or Gracie would want their fans like talking shit on someone who's like also very deserving of the award, just like they were very deserving of the nomination either. So like that doesn't feel good for them. That's not what they want to hear after they like lose.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. I've always, someone said this a while ago and I can't remember who, but it's like one bad comment I'll always like do more than like 50 good ones, and like it'll stick in your head more than those. So I just be kind.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just try and understand it. People deserve you, just because you don't listen to Victoria Monet. So like, how are you gonna know if she's deserving or not? It's crazy.
That's bullshit.
But yeah.
Anyway,
it's very good, very exciting. It was a good choice.
We have next we have Song of the Year, which is the award for songwriting. We had What Was I Made For, which I predicted, and we had Anthero, which Jack predicted, and What Was I Made For won, which I personally think Billie totally deserved this award in terms of the songwriting.
Yeah, and the performance that she done at the, oh my god, it was so good.
So good. I'm curious to see like if something on Taylor's new album that's gonna come out will obviously be eligible for next year's Grammys. Will be something that will win Song of the Year, because I anticipate there will be some very good songwriting on that record. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we had a lot to say. So if you wanna go look at last week's episode, because it's
yes.
Yeah,
because it is awful that like Taylor's never won Song of the Year, but I don't think Antihero, compared to all the other nominees, was not the one that deserved this award. So I'd rather her win it at a time that like with a song that's totally deserving.
A lot of people pointed out from our Grammy predictions video that A&W was like a really good choice for this category as well, and I do agree. I think Lana is someone who is constantly overlooked at the Grammys, and like Antihero wasn't the strongest choice, but this is a category where Vampire could have been picked highly, like Lana, A&W could have been picked. I don't think Dancing Night's like, I feel like it's very hard for like a dancey song, like that type of genre song to be picked, because with dance music it's very different. Like it's not. Sometimes there's not as much songwriting involved in that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more of a record of the year kind of song than a song of the year kind of song.
Yeah, you're so right about that. Yeah. So I'm glad that Billie won. Just picked the wrong category.
I think it's a little bit crazy that Lana, I think totally deserved some awards at this year's Grammys. I thought she was gonna win some of the alternative categories, but I think Boy Genius pretty much sweeped those, which, I mean, Boy Genius made an incredible record as well, so it's definitely tough to choose, but I thought she would win at least some of those, so that's surprising for me. But yeah, I think Lana was definitely a good choice here as well, but I totally see why Billie won.
I'm kind of happy for Boy Genius, because this is their last project together for as long as
I'm glad that they got that recognition.
It's like a good way of going out. It's sad as heck that they're like done, but for now, like I don't think we're ever gonna. I don't know. If I doubt that's the last we'll see of them, but it's solo project
we'll
time.
See.
So it's exciting because we're gonna get so many awesome solo projects. So, but yeah, no, I think Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For, was it's hard to beat such a beautiful song.
So the last award that we want to talk about is Album of the Year, which both Jack and I predicted that SZA's SOS would win, which in my opinion, based on all the albums of the year, and we talked about this in the video, is the clear front runner of all these albums in terms of like a well packaged work of art. But Midnight's won, and I think I was so shocked. I mean, you could tell I was so shocked, and like other people in Discord were also shocked, and so are you. But I think you could see the look on Taylor's face when it got announced. She was like, "Nuh-uh, I wasn't supposed to win this." Like, she knew going into it she probably wasn't gonna win, and she was like, "What do you mean?" Like,
It's
yeah.
I think you can see most of how shocked they were is that they didn't do their like handshake thing that they always do, and like
Yeah.
her and Jack are right next to each other. Like Taylor went for it and Jack just didn't realise it, and he just went for a hug, and it's like you can tell that they were like, what the heck, and then they even got up on stage and just like didn't know what to say. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot to talk about with this award, but it's also understandable. Like it also goes so far to be like they did not expect this because they didn't announce our new album with this award. And if you're
Yeah.
going to announce something, you're going to want to announce it at something like the biggest
At the end
award
of
you
the
could
night,
possibly
yeah.
win, right? And this is the biggest, like this is where most eyes are going to be on her. So they announced it obviously earlier on in the night, and you can just tell that they had no idea that they were like even going to win this. And like we had no, I'm quickly looking back at our Discord log for when it happened, and it literally, we just went, what? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what the heck? Random letters, what WTF? What the? I'm shaking, and it was like literally like constantly that. Like we just had no clue, like genuinely no clue at all that this was gonna happen. And it's, I don't know how to feel about it still.
Yeah.
Like I'm so happy, but I also feel like I don't know
Well,
why.
there is like, yeah, I mean, I think I thought back to last year, and I was talking about this on the Discord as well. Like, I don't know how I was like so certain that SZA would win when fucking Harry's House won Album of the Year last year over Beyonce, which 100% deserved that over Harry. Um, and it's just some, like, you know, I don't know why, like, every other award, like, beyond, like, the Grammys is pretty, like, fair in terms of race, but, like, it feels like all white people always win Album of the Year for some reason. Well, I don't know why, but like every other award, it's fine, but just for Album of the Year, it's always like that. But I hope that SZA knows that she had an incredible album, and I'm sure Taylor talked to her after too and was like, "Girl, you should have won this, not me." Uh, but I want to talk about the Celine Dion interaction
Okay.
that is kind of like people are talking about on Twitter, and I think my main takeaway from it is like obviously like Taylor was literally singing her song and gave her a standing ovation when she came out. She was like in awe. I think she was just so shocked that she won. She was just like doing the like routine steps that she knows when she wins an award. Just like grab the award from the presenter. And then after there was a picture of them hugging and like going around, and I think that it's like so important to also remember like you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like I don't think you can blame Taylor for this when she was pretty much the only one standing for every single performance.
Yep. Even Olivia's. Can you shut up now? I'm so tired of it. I am so tired of it.
People
And
are
I'm so
crazy.
glad. I'm so glad they just fucking got out of the way. But that's the, on that picture of her and Celine, that was, the comments were just literally filled with like, oh, the PR is real
Oh
here
my
and stuff, and
God.
it's like crazy. I don't know.
People are insane. Literally insane. I also want to talk about her bringing Lana upstage. I think there are some people who are like, why would she do that to her when like
Oh my
Lana
God,
was
can
clearly
you read
upset
my mind?
that she literally that she didn't win anything. And I'm like, I think that Taylor, like, I don't think, even if Lana didn't want to go on stage, Taylor meant well. Like, she wanted to bring Lana up stage because Lana was an incredible, like, inspiration for Midnights, was also on the album, but also, like, wanted to, I think, like, highlight to the Grammys, like, you know, you're missing out on this as well, kind of thing. Like, I don't, like, I think it was an important statement, and I think I don't think it was that bad, but I don't know.
No, I agree. I what you said about her wanting to like bring Lana up to like sort of not make a point to the Grammys, but like sort of be like, hey Grammys, like remember Lana like exists, please, like actually fucking give her something
Yeah.
that she's deserving. But like it was taken the wrong way, because there was a bunch of tweets that were like, I'm sorry, but Taylor is so evil for not only dragging Lana on stage with her, but also making this pitiful speech about Lana when she's one holding a Grammy in her hand. Y'all don't see how much of a mean girl moment this is. Like, one,
not a
if she
mean
left
girl.
Lana, no, yeah, like fully. But if she left Lana at the table herself, that would have been considered as something. Like, Lana has every single right to be like, I'm not want to go up, and that's fine. And Taylor would have been like, okay, well that's fine. But like, she went up. Yeah, it might not be like the best thing when like you're not wanting, like Alana got like snubbed for so many awards and was in like this category as well, to not win it and to be up there anyway. But like, there was also people pointing out what Ray said, and it was like, this is also good because I feel like it definitely keeps Lana fresh in the Grammys mind. It shouldn't, because fucking Lana's like Lana Del Rey. Like, how do you not, like, I never understand how she just gets constantly like messed about at these at these award shows. But I think people need to stop, like, it's never gonna stop, but people need to stop reading into everything and like making assumptions about every single thing. Like, we don't know Celine and Taylor's like friendship relationship or whatever. Like, there's been countless like interactions throughout the years. Like, we, like, just because she doesn't say like, or like give her a hug on stage like instantly when she gets her award doesn't mean anything. Like, she had no idea she was going to win that award. She was completely in panic.
People just read into shit way too much.
Yeah, well, it's because it's like Taylor, and it's
because it's Taylor. Like, if any other artist went and did that, nobody would be saying shit. Like, honestly.
And I feel like sometimes we come off as like Taylor protectors. We're actually, like, we're not. But I think it's just unfair.
I'm kind of a
to
Taylor
be like,
protector.
No, well, yeah, but like you would say this to any other artist as well.
That's true. If they were saying that about other artists, I would. But I'm also kind of like, go ahead and cancel her. Like, stop being a stan then, and like leave. I don't want you in my house anymore.
There's too many people here. It's scary.
Anyway, that's it for the awards. But Jack, did you have any performances that you really liked that you want to talk about?
I just really loved Olivia's.
Yeah.
I think Olivia constantly continues to be like, no, I can sing live, and does it amazingly. Even though countless people pretend that she can't. I think it was really cool to see Loive up with Billy Joel. It was really cool. And Billy's was incredible again. And I missed the pre-show, but I think Loive had one as well, which I've not seen, but I'm just incredible. It's just so cool. And Fast Cars was awesome. And Scissors, of course.
Yeah, Fast Car was so good. Just to have like Luke Combs and Tracy Chapman sing that together, it's such a like bridge between generations. Like, it's incredible. And like, you could see, like, I saw this tweet and I wanted to read it out in the podcast, but it says, yes, the Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs performance mattered because it was a connection across supposed divides, but it also mattered because Combs embodied unbridled joy, admiration, and respect for Chapman, something that we see far too rarely when these sorts of bridges are celebrated. I can't say enough about how Luke Combs handled the moment, but maybe the most appropriate compliment I can pay him is that he held it together on stage with Tracy Chapman and sang beautifully. I can say that I suspect that's also the thing he's most proud of, because you can tell that he, like all of us, reveres that woman as she deserves to be revered, and standing on stage singing next to her, and that song in particular, has got to be an out of body experience. I think it's like incredible. Like, the performance was so good, and I think I never thought like that would have happened, like them to sing it together, and it just, like, it was handled so well, specifically by Luke. Like, you could see how much he admired her in the performance, and it was just such an incredible performance. I also really liked Miley's performance of Flowers. I love the part where she's like, I know you guys know this song, get out of your seats. So funny.
And then everybody was like singing it. Like, everybody knows the song. Like, just come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no, that
yeah,
was amazing picks, genuinely.
those are probably my favorite performances of the night. I also really liked SZA's performance. It was like her stage presence is incredible.
Yeah. And we have that moment
but
now forever where the sword person was up on
oh my
the
god,
table and Phoebe
and
was
Phoebe's
freaking
like
out. Yeah.
laughing. It's
Yeah.
so funny. Anyway, Jack, do you have any other like Grammys moments that you think we missed? I feel like we talked so much. So I think that's about it though.
Yeah. I think it was the funniest because we've spoken about Taylor so much, but we were all expecting Rep TV coming into this, and when we seen her on the red carpet, we were like, that is not a rep outfit. So
it's
then
not
we were
really
like
a
fully
rep
confused.
outfit.
Yeah.
But and now it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, check out our video from last week about that if you want to, if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. We really appreciate it, or listening.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have we're going to be on break next week.
Yes, we'll
most likely. I doubt there's going to be one. If not, probably not. We'll be
if
back
there
next
is
again.
one, it's because something insane happened. But otherwise, there won't be one. So you'll see.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.